This is the man of the moment, Nhlanhla. He goes by the name Nhlanhla Hood Natives Biyela. And it's something we'll have to discuss and verify with ID what's happening. But abanye bamazi as umZulu nje osukela outside of Western Cape.
Sure.
Abanye bamazi as a guy who likes to have fun.
Sure.
Abanye bamazi as the owner of a place called Hood Natives. Phaya eKasi. And abanye bamazi kucala le medical sizawuyithatha lo ndawo because he's also involved nakwelo cala. So there's quite a lot that we're going to cover during ixesha lethu apha with Nhlanhla. So we're going to take it from apho asuka khona so that we get to know the man himself and how ke ngoku Hood Natives came to be. But we are talking to the owner yes, Hood Natives Paikasi Zwelihle. If you've heard of the place, I'm sure you've heard good things. And if you've seen it, then you know what's going on. You know what time it is. Yeah. Mfethu, yonke into grand?
Mfethu, ngamnandi. Ngicela ukuthatha le thuba bafethu ngibonge. Bafethu ngicela ukukhumbula igama lomjedi.
uTony Beats.
Tony Beats, ngiyabonga bafethu. Ngiyabonga for ithuba eninginika lona. Mfethu, if uzokukhumbula in the olden days or when umuntu esakhula, when umuntu was still a youth, i-radio back then was something big. It was not as it is now, but ngalesa sikhathi mfethu i-radio was the in thing. So and abantu ababebizwa ukuthi bazo interviewa ku-radio kwangabizwa nomba, kwakubizwa abantu abazoba ne-substance so that whoever is listening ezokwazi ukuthola something from leyo interview. So unginikeza le chance or le opportunity bafethu ukuthi ngikwazi nami ukuthi ngithi speak loud, ngizwakale eBK nami engazazi noma yikephi emahontshini noma yikephi eKasi noma yikephi bafethu la ngilalelwe khona. It's ingenza ngizizwe njengomuntu
obalekile.
You understand? Angifuni ukusho njalo ngoba manje but ke onegalelo ngizizwa njengomuntu onegalelo. So ngiyabonga kakhulu bafethu, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Ngizizwa kuumuntu oyi superstar.
Before siqhubeke Khulumani yabo ngithi ukukulungisa i-radio I believe uba even still today is still a big thing. We can just say uba i-distractions eziningi yabo.
Sure, yeah.
So it means uba now relevant ukuthi ube kwi-platform ezinkulu. So it's not just a feeling in the pillar.
Correct. Atsamola.
And it has evolved online ngoku.
Yeah.
So but anyway, mfethu, we talked about you before usiza. We were mentioning indobana the reason why you are here has nothing to do with you just being Nhlanhla esimaziyo, but kumsebenzi wakho that brought you here. Kumsebenzi wakho ukulethela.
Sure.
Yeah, if it wasn't for it, maybe
ngabangazi
different story. Yes. Awuthi what comes to mind when I mention uMlazi?
Okay, the first thing that comes to mind is uMlazi is a place or indawo where I was born. Kahle. I was born esibhedlela saseMlazi sibizwa ngokuthi Prince Emshiyeni. Tsika Mshiyazafi. Mshiyazafi because abantu bayadelela because isibhedlela sahulumeni, you understand? So bathi Mshiyazafi esemshiyeni ngazalelwa khona. And indawo engiyazi lokusekubuya ke after sengichazelela ukuthi ineqhamuka qala mengikhuluma ngoMlazi. Indawo engiyazi ezikasi lamakasi eKasi or endaweni zala ngiqhamuka ngakhona of which iseKZN. So wonke umuntu indawo ekuthiwa iseMlazi uyazi njengelokishi okuyilona lokishi lamalokishi eKZN. So but sibaleke kakhulu kumina because indawo engazalelwa kuyona. That's yona indabuko yami or imvelaphi yami ngamanye amazwi. Ila khona engaqhamuka khona nami ngabonakala ukuthi ngumuntu ozophila la emhlabeni. Sure.
You still have umama netimer?
Yeah. Speaking of uMlazi, as I said ukuthi uMlazi indawo engazalelwa kuyona but akusiyona indawo engakhulela kuyona. You understand? After we already gave birth to me eMlazi, ugalesa sikhathi already la ngakabi nayo indawo yokuhlala ne-time. So ithama lalisebenza kwenye indawo already nalisebenza kwenye indawo so babe ngahlali ndawonye. So already la ngithatha sama sohlala nalo qomalume la alizalwa khona already. So kahle endaweni la ngakhulela khona is eMbumbulu. eMbumbulu la ngakhulela khona.
Correct.
Yeah, eMbumbulu yona indawo engakhulela kuyona. Ngizalwa umama owaza umama
udistractwa zizinto ezenzeka e-studio sizamunika umjida i-headphones so that akwazi ukuthi follow the conversation.
So kahle what I'm trying to say is after uLady gave birth to me uMlazi, she then took me and saya eMbumbulu ilazelelwa khona uma wami uJabulile Rejoice Biyela. Jabulile Rejoice Sabele because it was before I shot any time. So wangithatha sawuhlala eMbumbulu cishe we sahlala for like 4-5 years, and then after 5 years the time lathola indawo ekuthiwa ise Dududu is in the south coast of Durban. Itown yakhona eseduzana is Scottsburg. So we then moved lapho. I think I was 5 or 6. Yeah, I think I was 5, and then the following year, which was 96, ngahamba ngayofunda grade 1 endaweni ekuthiwa ise Dududu Junior Primary School. But before that, I attended a crash at the age of 5. I think 5. Yeah, there was a crash. Mama Muthelezi ayikho nedudu yayidume ngecash. Sasenza icash anganoma nekhumbuleni bafuthi icash akhumbula icash lezi zokuthi mhlambe nimimike whatever verse seBhayibhelini or nje just to ukulento njani ukushare message through into abantu abayibonayo. So umuntu wayenza icash lapho, and then I moved on to do grade 1 to Junior Primary School, and it was 96. And then izimpi between ANC and IFP zazi rife ngaleso sikhathi leso. So umuntu then had to move from eDududu back to Komalume, which was eMbumbulu. So we then moved back there. I did second year wami endaweni ekuthiwa ise Sopitz Primary School, kanzi second year lapho, and then after that ithama lakwazi ukuthola futhi njengendoda labuyelwa amandla lathola umuzi endaweni ekuthiwa iseLovu, which was ilokishi layelisha at that time. It was 1998. I think lona laliqhale 96 or 97, because nathi sifika sasabantu bokuqala indlela kwakhe ngokwazi uJerry semakhaya, because izindlu zazi like kwakhela because kwakusayilokishi lalisalisha ngalesa sikhathi semasayithini. Kahle that is where I actually grew up. Right. That is where yonke into engiyaziyo I got it from. It was eLovu township.
Okay, I just want to understand ukuthi when in your life you've been to amakasi amakhulu, you've also been to amakasi amancane, including villages. So you've lived in those areas, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I want to make sure Umdo Mameleyo and somebody who's going to watch understands Uguti who we're talking to.
Sure.
We are talking because it's easy Uguti, we can have misconceptions and so on.
Yeah.
By the way, this is exactly where I was going, Uguti. So far ebomin bakho zeziphi mhlambi 1 or 2 misconceptions that abantu have ngawe ukuthi you are this type of person, kanti in reality you are not.
Yeah.
Just 1 or 2.
I'm just going to take you back nje kancane if it's about upbringing yami nendlela engikhule ngumuntu enguyena nalomuntu esenguyena manje. It's completely different stuff of it. So it's different, like totally different.
Okay.
Ngikhula bengumuntu ogcina izinto to himself. I was an introvert ngamanye amazwi. Bengumuntu bengasena umuntu ekhaya, a family of 4 siblings, ithama neoledi nomuntu wesizwe, so sasi like a family of 7 or 8. Ngangabingeleli ngisho ukubabingelele ekseni because ngakulowo muntu nje mfethu awazi ngangi
shy.
Yeah, I always kept to myself. And then after, I think it was when I moved to Newcastle. In Newcastle, I was there to do my internship after studying whatever I studied. So I had to go in Newcastle to do my internship. Lapho ilanga ngafike ngahlangana khona nethama ekuthiwa uBhutbongani. Lethama loBhutbongani uyena muntu ngihlangana naye nje futhi bafethu yo yaskisi bafethu. Ngale interview izodinga 2 hours yo. So ngihlala nayo lethama ngihlala nalo ngendlela snacks, ngifika emadadeni ngizokwenza internship emadadeni hospital.
Right.
Sure ngiyangena ngazi umuntu ngiyayifikela, it's like 3-4 hours away from ekhaya in Newcastle. Okay. So I had to ukuthi ngami ngiyoqasha and yonke leyo nto leyo. So mangifika ngazi umuntu, mangifika elab fethu ngibona iBhayibheli elingakanani, like yabo la maBhayibheli lawa ashana ngama notes, ama short notes akwazi ukuchaza each and every verse ukuthi kahle this is what was happening in nanani yabo. Ngithi mina ayibo elaba le Bible thiwa la Bhutbongani, ngithi hayi ngifuna ukumbona lo Bhutbongani. Mind you edladleni fethu sine background egospel ekhaya umama njengoba ade ngisho ukuthi ngikhulele komalume ngisamncane. Umama uzalwa umfundisi wase full gospel. So i-religion or i-Christianity was something that was in me. So uma ngibona iBhayibheli engalijwayele kwangiprobe lo ukuthi hayi bofethu yithini la mfethu ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi le Bible leli yithini ngalihluke ngani nalelami. Nangempela uBudbongs he was so excited ukuthi because yilo muntu lo yambo lo muntu odinga nje just ukuthi umuthi.
Yeah.
Wangiqala wangibamba ngiyafika ngithi nami so angakazi umuntu angakabi na friend in vele ngama weekend fethu anginalutho engizoyenza yabo. So from then on wanginvite to a kerke menginvite to a kerke ngihlangana nabantu Seventh-day Adventist liyakelezwa iBhayibheli laphana. So umuntu as much as bengisuka kwi background the full gospel or iChristianity but angikaze ngaba exposed to incwadi kaNkuluNkulu njengoba ngaba exposed to a Seventh-day Adventist. So bekunezinto ezibhaya engangifunda at that time and then nami ngaze ngagcina ngidevelopa uthando lekerke. Ngaqala ngayinekela enkonzweni fethu nje nga active yabo. Then from then on i-confidence ukuthi keeping to yourself kahle kahle mfethu akusizi anix.
Talk to abantu.
You understand?
Yeah.
Engage nabantu, khuluma nabantu, bezwe abantu ukuthi bacabangani, bezwe ukuthi how they feel. Nje muzu umuntu not just by touching but by ngena kuyena to the soul. You understand? So ngaleyo ndlela wayenginikeza ama task. I was given ama task ukuthi ngenze ifundo. I was given ama task ukuthi ngithandaze. Ngaleyo ndlela leyo yakhula leyo nto kumina ukuthi no man. Umuntu ofethu wafana nami now. You understand? Udimo nami sinde yodwa fethu. How Dimo feels indlela nami I should feel or indlela engifila ngayo, you understand?
Yeah.
Then from then on I was like fuck it fethu. Askis.
Siqolise ngalo language.
Askis with the pun.
Yeah.
So umuntu wagcina ke esewumuntu lo esenguye namanye. So mama answer your question, sorry Dimo fethu ngidrayile too much. Answer your question. But ke to answer you, the misconception is abantu bayitshela ukuthi ngumuntu ophaphayo or I'm forward or nje angilawuleki ngirebel, you understand, of which njoba ngisho ukuthi abanye abantu labo bantu abanjani abane misconception angiseni lo muntu ngumuntu who's out there, ngumuntu who wanna feel kahle kahle ukuthi how are you feeling, ngumuntu wants to share energy, ngumuntu who also the energy that I'm giving to you, I also want it to be reciprocated. Kumina back. I also need to feel your vibe. I also need to vibe. Nje. So, ngaleyo ndlela, if ungasiyena umuntu with leyo energy that I bring into the table, you might think ukuthi mhlambe I'm too much. Right. Meanwhile, I'm not. You understand? So,
yeah. Hold up.
So one thing I would say one of my hobbies I'm always making research ngabantu abafana nawo, entrepreneurs. Excellent. So I've gotten to realize ukuthi abantu mabe reach success so ke beke babetheke entweni ezithile ezi different, or you start off believe ungumuntu onje and then you discover more about yourself as you go. So bengathanda ukwazi ukuthi zikhona ezinye dreams ubuke waziphesiwa before and then ukuthi uzufike la.
Hey bro, if I can tell you, but yazi indaba yokuba legama lithi entrepreneur ngilithanda because likhulu kakhulu and sometimes liba likhulu nangaphezulu kuba icathulo ezinkulu for you to fulfill because I still understand ngalendlela leli eliyona, you understand ukuthi what is actually an entrepreneur. So nami njengomuntu mhlawumbe ungathiwa uyi-entrepreneur, there were some stuff engishayeke kuzona like yabona nje ngifika la izinto zami eziningi where I was trying something out bezenzeka la Zwelihle, you understand. There was a bigger business that we tried with a colleague yami engasekho manje uSibusiso Sitandala. So there was a bigger business besizama lapha ngaka white aboka white lapho makhelwane wakho meza wakho.
Yeah.
So besikhona into besizama khona but ayenzakalanga ngalendlela le thina ebesifuna ukuthi ibe yiyona because of abantu abaningi indaba yamabheka kusiyona into yabo, indawo esasikuyona nje yabo nezinto eziningi ezenzikalayo if uqala into ongena background yayo oyiqala nje nawe uthi you trying to make something out of it, you understand. So that's one of the things eyenzakalile yangenze ngalendlela le, but into engiyithanda ngaleyo nto is
it shapes you.
You understand?
Yeah.
To what I became and to what I am now, corner lessons that I can be proud to say, ukuthi yazini le nto fethu made me the person that I am today. You understand? So in as much as ingaphasanga, but today ngingasho ukuthi when looking back enye izinto eyangenza ngaba umuntu oshapeeke ngalendlela ashapeeke ngawo njengamanje, and how I look at stuff.
But then I always it's not easy to tell when you look at uMlazi Omjita ukuthi he has a soccer background. Take us. Not that I'm busy looking at uMlazi out.
Inaspimpa bafethu nithi kanje. Ishango esemlenzi nithi sure.
Out yam. When you were playing soccer to a point yoba kwashota nje kancane that you were going to enter ilandoka professional soccer. Khawutsho mfethu, like just give us a brief nje idea yokuthi, you know, how good you are with the soccer and how big it was.
Yabona, when you mention soccer fethu inhliziyo yami ibabhlungu, but at the same time futhi ngiphinde ngiyipolice, you understand, because soccer was my life mfethu. It was my life, as I said, ukuthi indawo la ngifike ngawo umuntu sekhulile was eLovu. So eLovu ila ngafika khona sengena 9 years of age. So ila ngasengiqala khona nami unjani ukubona izinto, ila ngasengiqala khona ukuzazi izinto, ila ngasengiqala khona ukuba exposed ekubeni umfana ke manje ukuthi ngiphile nabanye abafana ngenzeke yonke into. So that's where uthando lami for ibhola kahle fell in. But ke coming from a family amajita ayi3, a sister ayi1, ubhuti wami omdala was big shots when it came to football. So I always used to carry his boots. I always used to support him wherever he played. Nje ngangulowo muntu ohleze seduzane naye. Ngaleyo ndlela yangenza nami leyo nto ngafisa ukuthi noyazini mfethu ibhola fanele ukuthi kube into ekhona nakimina, because sisuka from the same family, from the same genes and what and what not. And then ngaqala ke nami ngawo umuntu ojoin island ujana ibhola. Started my junior ranks like abo under 11, abo under 12, under 13 endaweni yaseLovu, endaweni yaseAdams, endaweni yakoMakhutha, nje eThekwini region. Started playing there under 13, ngakhula under 15. By the age of 16, I was playing for the open team. You know what an open team is?
No, explain. I'm not a soccer fan, so yeah.
Ilendujana open team is after under 21. And it's called under 11, under 13, yes, under 15, under 17, under 19. And then under 21. Anything after under 21 open. Okay. So lapho udlala ngisho ingane na9 if ungakwazi ukumelana nabantu abana30 una9 then uzokwazi ukudlala. So at the age of 16 I was playing for open team. That's where ngaba exposed ke manje ekutheni ibhola kahle I can make something out of it. Khona into engaba yiyona because ngangidlala nama team aqeqeshekile, ama team high up there, ama team aziwayo. Ngaleyo ndlela I was being exposed to ama scouts that were coming to these games and watching us. This one time I was selected to ama squad ebengiselectwa wona maningi, but I won't dwell on that. But the highlights of my career was being selected by out to Lindanshiz ubizwa ngoMantayi uRov. They are out each and every guy yaseMlazi, each and every guy yaseThekwini, each and every guy yakamash Lovu Mgababa wonke lamalosha yaseThekwini angakutshela ngaye ukuthi ulwazi analo for ibhola ukuthi lingakanani. So for me to be selected by umuntu onalulalwazi okusho ukuthi there must be something about me engiyenza efieldini mina that I'm not aware of. Okay. Then unfortunately abazali bami were not in support of me being more wibhola kakhulu because they thought I had potential to become something better, if I may put it. Okay. But ke izinto zebhola shaya imali manje mfethu. But ke so ngaleyo ndlela in as much as benginalo italent lebhola angikwazanga to feather it because of influence yabazali. I had to do whatever that they wanted me to do. So ibhlungu ngaleyo ndlela indaba yami ebhola.
Did you play in any leagues like as he recognized?
The team le uMantayi ngitshela ngawo I was selected yona was playing ABC Motsep. At that time it was called the Vodacom League. So manje sibizwa ngoABC Motsep if I'm not mistaken. So ngalesa sikhathi ayisabizwa ngoVodacom. So uVodacom yayi just ngaphansi komvela. And then umvela is just below ini PSL. Yeah. So I was just like 2 yards away from becoming a professional footballer. Yeah. Just so close.
When you pursue something that you are passionate kuyo, it needs a lot of time.
Sure.
Investor kuyo. That's why they say you need to spend 10,000 hours on something to become better at it. Out here, you were playing soccer at that level. We are funda. Didn't any affect any negatively?
That's why Olet was not in support of it, because there was a time because we were expected to train from 3 to 6, if not till 7. Clamby warm down will take until 7, and then team talk will take warm down will take until 7, but we split down with 6. So if Gangfunu matric at the time, so if as a matriculant upuma ngo 2:30 esikoleni, with 3 or 3:30, you need to be at the training. You understand? You need to be kulendujani gym for ilendujani desk. We are creating with 6. It's as much as we gym each and every day, but the fact ukuthi kade khona strenuous activity okade usenza akusho ukuthi awukhathele, especially ukade uvuka ekseni from 6 jahana nestimela esikoleni.
Yeah,
ushiwe istimela nje uhlala estimeleni in uphinde ucover text uphinde futhi uzo gym from 6 up until 6 ubu awake ubusy wenza yonke leyo nto. So yagcina affecta isikole sami. Ngakhumbula grade 12 first term ngayifaila dismal, and then Olet was not happy. That's where she then drew the line ukuthi know what,
out with soccer.
Indaba yebhola ngabuyela to local football, because the local football yayingekho demanding. Yabo uyajima, uyaziwa vele ukuthi star, uyajima Wednesday, Friday, Saturday usegamini, you understand? So ngagcina ngibuyela ku local football.
Okay, quickly before I announce, there's no way that you can play soccer and not be able to mention ukuthi what was your favorite position okanye positions. So quickly nje, couple of seconds, what position did you play and were you good at?
Yo, Buffett, I have played in so many positions. The thing is, it spends me with disc, or it's cards that I spent with disc from the age of 12. Ngaliga matric, I was 17. Yeah, ngaliga udlala like ku high level. Think ngaliga 18, 19. Sengene nase tertiary, because the tertiary ngalithinta nakhona. But ngoba ngasengazi nami ukuthi ibhola lizokulimaza kephi nakephi, ngisho ngaliya because ngalibona alizongibulala kuma modules ngalishiya phansi. So ama positions engiwadlalile from under 12 to open, I started as right back. I played as right back. Right back, obviously makushota in the center of the defense uzobizwa in, because uyangibothi ngakheke kanjani ngile hlobo le
ungalonga nakwebadlule. Okay, right back, and then
right back, center back, okay, left back, because and then I'm a wing because I had pace if it's ungangigijimela la iduze, yabo. So I played futhi my wings. I played as a striker. I think it was high school.
Scored anything? Did you score anything?
I was called Dennis Lotz. I don't know if you remember Dennis
Lotz. Yes, I remember him.
I was called Dennis Lotz.
Then I get the picture.
So, but the position that I enjoyed the most was playing behind the strike.
Okay.
That was because I'm a very lazy person, but you will never tell. But if ungazi, you will know that guy is lazy. So, into engangithanda ngokudlala le position player behind the striker is you can do anything that you want to do in the field of play. If you want to sprint to your own center or to your own box or whatever, you can sprint and go there. If you want to play on the wing, you can do anything. So ibhola uthola noma ikephi.
Okay.
So mina being someone who was good with the ball at his feet, playing that position, ingenza ngizwe ukuthi I know bangibambile ngayikhipha. Ziyakhipha.
Yeah, yabona ku exciting up studio, umoya uphezulu, and I'm now starting to press the button as wrong. Silapha ku Ziyakhipha6to8 ku Whale Coast FM. Sihlele noNhlanhla Biyela, he's known for indawo that's making things happen. Zwelihle called Hood Natives. So far ke umjida besasichazela ukuthi out here se KZN. So now you know. Out here se KZN, uMlazi, he's been to Abombumbulu, Abodududu, Abolovu, indaweni nje ezininzi, and he was also telling us ukuthi he also he's been, I mean, from a young age, he was introduced to Christianity. So, you know, he was kept safely by the word of Uthixo. So he's that guy, nje, or humble. So now, we're going to take it to now Varsity, Ispani, and then get to how Hood Natives started. Because a lot of people, I'm sure, they're eager to find out, nah, man, and like the idea, it come up here, and how did this start? Yeah, one. So, I'm fair to scalar wise.
Sure.
You study saying?
I studied medical laboratory sciences.
So when we scientists, we medical laboratory scientists, we're talking to
the scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
I think it's in a giga because why? Some more strong movie because. Like twice science expect ukubona amjito omuntu oslender.
Yes.
Osoloka weird nje oyinet yabona ophethe nezincwadi nje.
Not the guy you find on
so mina, what are you trying to say about my picture or how I appeal to you as a scientist?
Look, stereotypes is called everywhere. We are one. And virtue. I bet you in Dobana a lot of people didn't think Uguti was a scientist.
I'm sure.
I'm included.
You.
So now we know. Let researching yako Tony that you always came to my house with a science. And then we keep it. Just keep it to yourself. Now I know who to consult. Yeah. So you then got into a science. Why did you choose the field?
If I may tell you, the course that I did was not something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Something that you call CAO. It's called Central Applications Office. So what you do is you are given a choice of 5 courses to choose. Like a booklet. It's UKZN, it's Mangosuthu, it's DUT. Like one common universities that you find in KZN. So it's all a little booklet, minimum requirements of each and every course that is offered by UKZN, DUT, or MUT. You understand? So after getting Leo Shanisasa CEO, what I actually wanted to do was to work with plants. I wanted to do the environmental sciences. So I applied for it was my first choice. My second choice was dental. I wanted to do dental surgery. And then my third choice was medical laboratory sciences. One no two me, but satisfied so good by replying me or to respond to me good see how application how far we are. And then when the laboratory sciences called, I was like, you know what? It's in my nature uksizo munyu. You understand? So uksizo munyu at the time was not through health wise or in because I wasn't exposed to izinto kanjalo, but uksizo umuntu as inumuntu engiphila naye ukuthi no man mfethu ngingakunceda laphana ukhala ngani ngingakunceda laphana. So ukwazi ukusiza umuntu ngokwempilo naloko was something engakwazi umsebenzela because nguloyo muntu vele anyway. So I then took ilentujana medical laboratory sciences. Graduated in 2013. Mdala bethu umuntu 2013. And then did my honors 2020. Was it the following year? 2015.
Right.
I think I graduated in 2015 with the honors. And after that, I had to go do internship. I had to go to Matateni Hospital. I had to go there for my internship for like 2 years.
Matateni never?
It's in Newcastle. Ilogish cool. That's in Newcastle.
Okay.
Newcastle is in the inner part of KZN. So I stayed there for like 2 years. And then after that, I had to go do my ComServe. And I ended up to Dandi Laboratory, which is like an hour away from Newcastle.
Oh, before siqhubeke uComServe in case abantu abangakutholi lapho.
Community service.
Yeah. Nice D. Nice D.
Ungavisen sounding at the expert. There was a time when he mentioned uComServe in one of our conversations. And Namge, I was just as lost. So he had to explain. So, to your lessons, we are learning. You've got a student here. So, yeah, ComServe, community service. I make sure I don't forget. So, you did that for 12 months?
Yeah, and then after 12 months, I did my ComServe and I went to the hospital. And then after 12 months, they then offered me permanent post, which I took. And then 2018, yeah. Think I feel like KZN is now too much for me. Think I need to go somewhere where ngingakwazi uqala kahle impilo or ngi-apply whatever that I've acquired in the space of time esengisiphilile from zonke lezi ndawo lezi esengiphilile. So I had to look for something because indawo bengakuyona iJozi is too much for me. So bengeke ngiye eJozi.
Too fast.
I know man, ibhizi izongiphazamisa. So I had to come to a place ezokwazi ukuthi be relax but at the same time offerishe lezo zinto zokuba ukuthi ngikwazi ukuba youth at the end of the day. So Cape Town was like, you know what? Khona outtime eqeda qashwa like 2-3 months before, like February.
Yeah.
So kwamele ngithi noyazini because vele khona outtime esingale. Mhlambe nami ngakwazi ufike ngiphile laphana. So ngalo ngicheck ama post, ngicheck from February, ngicheck ama post. February, March, ngicheck ama post, and then I come across the post as a Somerset West.
Somerset West in the Western Cape, yo. Yeah.
Khona ne Eastern Cape, ne?
There's a Somerset somewhere.
Yeah, there's a Somerset.
I'll Google it. Keep going.
So ngabona ipost as Somerset ngathi no yazini. I check iSomerset ukuthi indawo enjani. Mangithi you yinhle in nani no man yona indawo engifuna kuyona. And then I applied for the post. Luckily enough for me, I got a call back. Okay, you've been shortlisted for the interview. You're the post from Somerset West in Nanan. Okay, sharp. And then we had to do interview over the phone. Babes on it's okay. Call is test, and then after test you do interview. I did the test, and I passed the test, and then by for interview. And then we interview. Lo sisi lo wangibuza ukuthi being someone from KZN. So this is lo why an interviewer. So the interview. Wangibuza being from umuntu from KZN. Why ufuna ukuza la eWestern Cape? Nje why like on the interview. Then ngamtshela ukuthi kahle I think it's time ngikwazi manje to start my own, I don't want to say legacy, so I'm going to say life. To start my own thing and start being, because mina ever since efethu bengihlala ekhaya, even never ngihlala ngeres bengihlala ekhaya, I was traveling kuseni ngesikele ngibuye ntambama. So yonke into bengiyenza with the support base esikakhulu edladleni. Yonke into bengiyenza abantu basekhaya kumele babe involved around or involved because ngikhona vele la. So kumele bazi yonke into engiyenzayo ngaso sonke isikhathi. So bengasekho happy ngalokho because I believe ukuthi sengimdala enough. And by the way, I'm a mama's boy. Shout out to my mom, Buffett. Okay, not shout out my mom. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to mom.
Kamalaka mama Buffett uJabulile Rejoice Biyela. Umama ngamthanda ukufa ukubhubha. So ole always treated me yazi kuthiwa ngisamncane. Sorry, just the detour. Kuthiwa ngisamncane ngangaphathwa umunye umuntu. Ngangiphathwa ioledi cha. So wayethi mengidlulisa uthi wawungidina ka wena. Ngangakwazi ngisho ukunikeza umunye umuntu because manje lokukhala ngisho noma ngifuna ukuphumula. Funa uma ngine base. Funa uma. So yeah bengi Buffett umkhumbuzi D.
Yeah. Basically indaba ye Western Cape.
So on the interview system, so then ngamtshela ukuthi ngifuna indawo erelaxile but ezokwazi ungofferisha ukuthi ngikwazi ukuphila impilo yami yobuYouth because angeke ngisaphinde ngibe youth, you understand. But ibe chilled ngikwazi nanokuthi if ngicabanga ukukhulisa umndeni uqala umndeni wami khona kuleyo ndawo. And then she was like, you know what, iSomerset West ayikho right for wena. I think Hermanus mhlambe nawe eshiso ukuthi abekho hlaba abantu abafuna ukuza ngala Hermanus because it's in the bundles. But ke in a way wangisiza because kuzona zonke izinto sengiyithole ngikuzona ngaba ibanga possible if hlamba ngizanga endaweni efana njengeHermanus.
So she played a major role ebomoni.
Shout out to her, even though I'm not going to mention her, but shout out to her. I hope she's listening because I told her to listen too.
Cool, man. Shout out to you,
Anonymous,
for giving us Untanza. Ghost lady, yeah, for giving us Untanza. Yeah, man. Ispani, so obviously you're working for Ilandoka Healthcare.
Sure.
Yeah. So that means we're on a Monday to Friday, Osespan. Okay, and then you're pushing this hustle, gay weekends. But now I know that we didn't always have Ihud natives.
Sure.
We didn't always have Ihud natives. There was a time, in fact, Mnanawa Sitibene in 2019, when we were busy with a certain event.
Sure.
Yeah, you came through wanting to have a stall part of
Sure.
the event, and that's
Sure.
how we met.
Sure.
And I realized Ukuti, the same person that I met back then, it's still passionate about ukutya
Sure.
and entertainment.
Sure.
In fact, there was a time you had a Smallangana tent, a Smallangana setup, even before the tent, a Smallangana setup, a Renkini, Zwelihle. Yeah, what was that? Just explain Guti what it was. And Ubupeka no peka, there was ukutya there was Abo Scorer. Shout out to Scorer.
Oh,
Got to Scorer in the studio. Scorer, aka Usne. Abanye they know him as Usne. Yeah, one handsome guy or buff, you know.
Handsome.
Yeah, he is. Facts.
Uyavuma mfethu.
Athemba sisiza bayavuma yabo. Uthi ngithini mina ngicabanga ukuthi akusebenzi.
Mna I compliments. Where compliments are due, I compliments. And I believe if umuntu wakho is listening, she agrees and that's it. End of story. Forget about Untanza.
Umuntu wakho nawe kuphela.
Yeah. So you had about Poitjie Sundays.
Sure.
There was about Hlehle involved phanga serengini. Yeah, mfethu, tell us about the Poitjie Sundays.
Yo. So just to make sure ukuthi I don't miss on anything. After getting the job at Hermanus, as I said, it was April 2018. Indawo foreign, like 1,500 kilometers away from home. Gizala sasama ngemoto no cousin yami yahlala like up. It took us over 20 hours. Okay, fine. Sasama stressed endleleni. But over 20 hours ukudrive umuntu afikela. Ngathi noma ngathiwa ngiyathanda ukugoduka ngeweekend. There is no way.
Forgive us for the language. In fact, I know but relaxed, but remember ukuthi usino mama nabantwana who are listening.
Sure.
Now I know ukuthi petrol yakho, because I've been looking for this source ukuthi Nhlanhla, what is it that's pushing him? So I think that 20 hour drive is one of the things that are pushing Nhlanhla ukuthi listen, I am not going back.
Yeah, without nothing. So
yeah.
So after ukufika la, I had to, because njengoba ngishilo ukuthi abantu engabazi, I had to meet new people, I had to make new friends, I had to build relationships because indawo entsha obviously. And so out sekuyona ngitholela indawo uSibusiso Sitandala bese ngimentionile before, was my colleague at care yangitholela indawo ku Sismink. Shout out to Sismink bafethu, ngahlala endaweni yakhe for like close to a month before I moved to indawo bengihlala kuyona before. So shout out to her, shout out to Sismink, ngiyabonga ukuthi swami, ngiyabonga mfethu. Ngahlala endli ngathi ngisekhaya, it was warm nje kwangathi ngisekhaya, so ngiyabonga.
Phanga semasakeni ne?
Ngase muehla nje Veron, straight down, yeah. So after logo, because obviously ngisendaweni engaziwa in and being lo muntu engangiwena ngifika, it was easy for abantu abaningi to get close to me, or mhlambe bafuna ukuthi or wants a piece of me, if ngayibuka kanjalo, ngayibeka kanjalo, because imoto engangihamba ngayo was like imoto mhlambe umunye umuntu angayibuka as fence or in nanani. So lokho kwakwenza kwa easy for me ukuthi ngaze kalula endaweni.
Oh, that was that black BMW.
Yeah,
I remember.
Registration.
Yes. Also there was a time bekubiza ngondele.
Exactly, from their registration, because abantu abayazi NT registration, so babeyithi personalize ukuthi igama lakhe shuthi unde. Kanti no registration.
Unde natives.
So emva kaloko I was exposed to a lot of people, but abanye abantu ngaba exposed to was uPizma. So Uncle P, Uncle P ngazi umuntu yakhe personalize.
Shout out to Hermanus.
Shout out Uncle P. Ngahlala no Uncle P. oscora nje ngagcina nginaleyo cycle yabantu Uncle P uSbu uscora Anele and then namafrowabo kamajita you understand so from then on into sasithanda was ukuthi sihlaleni mhlambe kaSbu okamalume either of the two because no Sbu now is good with Poitjie shaw iPoitjie kudliwa iPoitjie sidla izinto ezibandayo sibe grand and then later on we vibe to Veronas you understand so from then on this one time I remember sasika Spatl malume washaya iPoitjie kumalume lapha na kwenyanyile
so kumalume ngu
Pizman Uncle P
yeah
washaya iPoitjie ye chicken and then balo umjide ngalikhohle igama lakhe man washaya ipap wakhona no Max lapho Luthando after leya meal into engayisho ngathi no yazini bafethu lento esenza each and every weekend ukuthi siphekele ukudla kumnandi kanje sikudle kusodwa sikugcine la kuthina sodwa it's a waste man why singayenzi kasi abantu bafike bathenga ama plate because kumnandi lokudla lokhu malume akekho umuntu ofika kuwena kulo car wakho ushayele namhlanje ngiyawadla ama plate ala elokushini but ucar wakho lo ushaya akekho umuntu ofika kuwena abangithathanga serious during the week because lento ayiloku ingidla malume mina usibuye ngasekho ne usibuye sehambile sethola umsebenzi eKZN so kusele malume mina usine I think no Max wayekhona nale out le malume sengikhohle ukuthi ba nenoSpatli because asisebenzisile into njani idladla lakhe so nga-eda uSpatli umalume uSgora nami sasiba u4 and then I said I was going to call it iPoitjie Sundays whereby each and every Sunday umalume is going to do us iPoitjie sdice leyo nyama and then people can just come through and chill bazo relax you understand and then kwa build up pheka ke iPoitjie Sundays I then had to go and get furniture I had to go and get tents to make sure ukuthi the shelter before anything else yabo
yeah get it so it comes a long way
yabona if ngakutshela even none challenge that we had to endure or had to suffer on the day of the actual first event yePoitjie Sunday is uSgora wayesebenza so uSpatli I think wayesebenza because wengekho available so it was only me nomalume and umalume was going to be someone who focused kakhulu ekitchen so itende that I had bought komunye umlungu from Gordons Bay wakumela deliver on a Saturday alifika ngone Saturday and ngizama ukumfonela lo mlungu uthi ayibo fethu event yami kusasa ekseni kumele ngibe sengiqedile setup and I've never set up a tent before especially the one that you're going to be selling to me you understand so I need to do it early or to plan for it early so that kusasa ngingabe ni hustle you understand angimtholi umlungu Saturday night lutho angimtholi I was like you know what because if finish icon it's fine we're not going to have shelter vele iweather it's a chances of rain mancane you understand
yeah
so we went on ekseni angifonela umlungu athi itenda ngazi kwenzakaleni kulona but there is a tent angakwazi ungiboleka lona ngilisebenzisa in the meantime ngisalinde my own tent yabo so I was like no it's fine ungalileta athi no
we've got 5 minutes left
okay
so, let's wrap it up
okay athi no umethi no so akanayo transport so I need to arrange transport so I had to arrange transport and but ke egcineni legcina lifikile itende malifikile itende sizama ukuliset up we had a challenge ukuthi I never communicated anything to abaphathi berank so
there was another
I was confronted now by tax association saying uba wena uzofika uzobeka into njani itende la ukhulume noba I was like
and I'll tell you yakhuluma nokhuluma
uyayibona lonto so even naleyo nto le inama roles athize wadlala so at least but sakwazi ukuzwana nabakhululwa sakwazi ukubonana ngalendlela sabonana ngayo ngakwazi ukuthi ngiqhubeke
okay
and then the event was a success because ngikhumbula kwanetha ngisho kunetha on the day kule tende lethu silitholile for isikhashana esincane eli ngekho waterproofed so abantu ababekhona at that time awukhona thing
yeah I've been to
sengisho ukuthi that first one that black tents that we had in the first nice uzokhumbula banetho abantu but abantu still bahlala kwamnandi sidlala ama games like dominoes 30 seconds nje kwakumnandi sharp.
Just to add in there because I'll wrap it up for you quickly intende ulanduka uNhlanhla thetha ngalo to get this tent from Gordons Bay was also quite a mission, where they had to drive a bike, which only had gear 1, no gear 2, and gear 5 working. As in gears, as in between,
3 and 4
wasn't working. So it means you start 1, 2, 5. And if we are driver, you know how much of Ilanduka Ispan you have to do. But in the end, as well as Kabe figure in the way, they found out that the poles were quite long, and that was another issue. But in the end, you got in the end Hermanus. Why I'm highlighting this is because I want to make sure we don't create the impression Yobana isn't we're just smooth.
Easy.
We are taught. Because the aim of as interviews is to make sure we inspire who's trying to do something, and to realize that everyone has had their own challenges. So I just wanted to make sure that I put in La Peace in there.
Thank
so
you
that
for
they
that.
understand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, T.
Not only, but we won't go to the price, but it was quite a heavy price. For
cool drink.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Usis Nosipo for the space Payana Erengin for waking
Shout out
with
to
you
moms.
guys.
Shout out to you, moms.
Yeah. Mfetu, before we let you go, there's something I want you to just quickly give us an idea on. So you're coming into Hermanus for the first time.
Sure.
When you look at Hermanus Zwelihle, what was your first impression? Like, what did this place communicate to you?
To be quite honest, I know some abantu won't take this well.
Speak your truth, Mfetu.
But it's coming from Kumina as into, it was something that I experienced when I came to a foreign land, which was Hermanus at the time, 2018. I saw poverty, my brother.
True.
I saw, because the living conditions, if it's abantu lana is, I have nothing against Zwelihle, I have nothing against Hermanus, I have nothing against whoever is responsible for whatever. But what I saw, it was not something that I was used to. And it was going to be a place that I was going to be into. So what I saw was like, this is not what I thought of the Western Cape. You understand? Because the only thing that I know about the Western Cape is your VNAs, is your Table Mountain, is your what. So what I was expecting is, no matter what I gave in the Western Cape, so I was very disappointed, but I was inspired by abantu abaphila khona la fethu,
because they gave you love. They still do.
In as much as they give me love, but being able to appreciate and live the way that abanye live and face each and every day as if it's a normal day, like for you and me. Logo angifuni qamamanga kusho likhulu kumina ngenhliziyo zalabo bantu labo. You understand? So that is why ku easy kumina to give you ongikunikeze ini uthando, because umuntu okhombisa ukuthi nawo nani unothando. If ukwazi ukendure mfethu ezinye izinto or amanye ama situations, especially poverty or not being able to have or to get whatever it is that you want, if ukwazi overcome that situation, the situation requires uthando.
Right. Mfethu, someone might think ukuthi siyazibona izinto,
sure,
but we need to know ufandwa ngubani, because how did you start le mali bithenga le Ilanduka tent, the furniture that we saw, that old furniture we saw pha kulanduka Poitjie Sundays.
Sure.
Shout
out to Snaffels.
Yeah.
Shout out to Snaffels.
Usne used to carry that furniture
all by himself.
All by himself. Mfethu, imali to put that together, where did it come from?
Usnena uzokhumbula. Poitjie Sunday yaqalwa ngama 200s.
From nina nengamagang.
Siba 4.
Cool. So teamwork. Right.
Makes the dream work.
Right.
So 4, we had to give in 200s, which made up 800s. And in the 800s, we had to buy zonke izinto ezayidingeka to make sure ukuthi Poitjie is a success. For which it was izinto zokudla kuphela. Yeah, sure, lapha nalaphana kwagcwaliseleka because we had no funding. We had to dig from our very own pockets. Sakwazi ukuthi siyenze ibe success. So answer your question, uqala kwayo, it was funded by the founders. Yeah.
And there were times that you didn't sell ukutya konke. I know that for a fact.
Sure.
Yes. and which means you faced ama losses, correct? But you kept on going.
Consistency is key.
Okay, I was just about to ask, why did you keep on going while you were losing? Okay. Mfethu, then the move from Erenkini Poitjie Sundays to Hood Natives. Already we understand ukuthi uGrotman, uMalume, uGrotman uPizma has played a big role in both influencing you into ukutya. You once made a comment ukuthi he finds cooking a therapy for himself, and he influenced you to find that same thing in cooking. Now, moving forward, he then influenced together nabo Spatle and Nabanye ilandu Poitjie Sundays. Now I want to know, where were you sitting, or where were you sleeping when the idea got Hood Natives, where Hood Natives is today? When did that hit you? Where did that come from? Like, where did that idea stem from? That's what I want to understand. In the Onumhlami that brought it about.
Okay. In as much as Poitjie Sunday or Sundays was inspired by food, but I've always been someone that's big on social events. I've always been someone that's big on social markets.
Yeah, I want to come picture while
So uqala kwa Poitjie course it was to build up on the goal or on the vision. We would see what it's because food, one thing about food, especially if kumnand, it brings people together. That's one thing about food. So once you have labo bantu together and ubabambe ngani ngokudla, so the only way to a man's heart is via
isusu sakhe,
yes,
the stomach.
Same thing applies to whoever, whether we gender. If ngizokuphathela ukudla kumnandi ngikutreat kamnandi, then obviously uzothanda ukuthi uyibandakanye nalo, uzothanda ukuassociate nalabo bantu abakanjalo. So from then on,
Machita, take notes. Continue, bro.
so from then on, ekusondezeni labo bantu ukuthi ba understand what it is that you're trying to do, kuba lula ukuthi ukwazi ukubalidela to whatever it is that you want wena kahle kahle, because already sebekiphi they bala eduzane kwakho. You understand, it's people okwazi ukukhuluma aba free to even talk to you about anything, meaning you've got friends wena aba over 200s. Friendship, not as in kuzomele sibe sonke isikhathi esiningi so, but you understand ukuthi mangino D, there's something that I get out of him. So kumina it wasn't just food, but it was also interaction
and building relationships.
Exactly. Wow. Through interaction we build relationships. So from then on it was easy for me to lead on. But again, the transition from a
from a ranking to 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. The transition came about after umalume no Spatle, they outgrew the vision, so they had to step out. So Sasala mina no score, Sasala soyitu, we had to push it soyitu. There was a guy called Assez who was helping with fitting of its cleaning and whatever. Shout out to you, even though rest in peace my guy.
Shout out to
rest in peace. Is
that the short guy?
Skinny guy.
Zulu speaking?
No, skin.
Oh, okay.
He was a skinny guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, Assez. Now I remember, yeah.
So after that, sige, umuntu had to find abanye abantu azokwazi ukuphilisana nabo.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
And then
correct.
And then umuntu wayithola associator nalabantu who were the first supporters of the event that we had the first time we had the Poitjie Sundays.
This is the beautiful part I wanted to get to. So the people who came to support the first day a Poitjie Sundays
at the time,
at the time, are now
owners of the very same place that they supported when it still was established.
So you are owning Hood Natives Nalamajit.
Exactly.
Ah, man. That's beautiful.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. I don't know if there's anything.
It was a true pass. just like how I did it when I still had number 10 at my back. It was just a true pass.
So all we're seeing by Hood Natives is Zwelihle. It's a collective effort.
Exactly.
Yakho namachita wako.
Sure.
Mfethu, good luck to you neteam yakho. Shout out to Skora once again. He's here in the studio. Always with Nhlanhla. Dude, you must be bodyguard and start charging him for his service and protection. Yeah. Shout out to Usne, as I was saying. And fair to shout out to ezinye ilanduki members of your team.
Sure. Shout out Machito natives.
Yes.
Shout out Kamo.
And I'm going to say this one.
Shout out Tura.
Yeah, because I've said it many times as Khonji.
Shout out Police.
In 2020.
Shout out Ngungu.
In 2020 December.
Shout out Wow.
I think 16th ka December. That's when you guys opened.
Yeah. It was native 16.
Yes. I usually tell about and DT Kubo, if you've got a problem with Ihud natives, take 16 ka December 2020. If you remember, be good try kanjani.
Sure.
Take Ihud natives away and tell me by Zwelihle ibizo banjani that day moving forward.
Sure.
We are told. Mfethu, I like the role that you guys are playing, and you are inclusive. I see abantu abadala as well on the pictures. And I'm hoping ukuthi even nezinye ke ezinye ilanduka individuals in the hood that are having ideas that can come and work together with you. Like umzekelo, when I saw Hood natives, I saw Umzoli, I was like, if Untanza cannot serve everybody panga phakathi ngokutya, there will be people around here, teaming up. There will be negotiations and then market, selling even impahla and all of that outside during ezo hours that you are open. But I think it's still coming. Yeah,
I'm sure it's on
now
the
that
way.
we're talking about it, maybe someone will come.
Yeah.
In fact, to shout out to you. Any future plans? Something we have to wait for? 1 minute to go.
Future plans, just a short-term one, Buffett. I forgot to speak of native garments. What?
60 seconds.
60 seconds, okay. Buffett, native garments, as you all know, is going to be dropping. Ama sweaters, Amaisha, which are coming with the rainbow colors, Ziyakhipha6to8.
Don't mention prices.
I know I'm not gonna mention the price. People know rate. You know most. So drop on it's only 2 colors, and it's only gonna be 50 of them that are going to be released, and then depending on the markets and how people respond to it, we then gonna carry on with the collection. Ziyakhipha6to8. So I ask each and everyone who I support. It's dropping on the 30th of April.
Yeah.
Nyazi bafethu native bafethu, so isweat nje warm kamnandi qale kahle winter yakho fethu ube warm, shaya ngedrip enswembu kanzima.
Away, shout out Nhlanhla Biyela in the studio. Shout out mfethu.
Away.